today I'm about to expose MrBeast. Stick around to hear my take on if he's ruined YouTube, if he's evil, and we'll even dive into his genius and corporate soul-sucking side. And after hundreds of MrBeast videos, interviews, commentaries, podcasts, and 7 years of watching his channel, I have some stuff to say. This is going to be the craziest MrBeast commentary video you've ever seen. Alright, you hooked yet? The MrBeastification of YouTube. We all loved MrBeast at the start, right? This random guy counting to 100,000, planting trees, standing up for the people. YouTubers, not big corporations. Right? 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 What happened? This man started doing bigger and better and bigger and bigger and he went from just some guy to a whole corporation. He's not just a YouTuber anymore. He's the brand. And sure, that's impressive, but it's also different. YouTube used to feel like hanging out with your funny, chaotic best friend. Now, it's like watching a circus, but every act involves cash raining from the ceiling. Back in my day, people use their charming personalities to keep you watching. Now, it's all about content farming, the big ideas, the giveaways, the YouTuber face. Okay, yeah, I'm guilty of that, but come on, it's practically mandatory at this point. Honestly, it might not all be bad. For the awkward introverted genius with amazing ideas, like Jimmy Jam Jimbo over here, this fast-paced style is great. But cutting out every pause, exploding thumbnails, 100 sound effects in 10 seconds? YouTube went from broadcast yourself to broadcast your inner capitalist overlord while pretending it's just a quickie hobby. But these beastified videos get hundreds of millions of views. It's normalized. It's what the people want. So is MrBeast at fault here, or are we? We scroll through social media chasing tiny hints of satisfaction like we're playing an endless slot machine. Of course, people want quick jump cuts, loud sound effects, and over-the-top stunts. It's like a dopamine buffet. You don't stop to think, you just keep grabbing the next plate. Can we really blame the YouTubers? Is this all bad? Naturally, content creators obsess over viewer retention. It's what we want, right? No dull moments, no pauses, just constant action. It's fast-paced, it's overstimulating, it works really well. How can you click off a video when something huge is happening at every single second? By the time your brain catches up, the video's already over. And hey, there's another one waiting in your feed. So has MrBeast ruined YouTube? Maybe not ruined, but he's definitely changed the game. There are still a lot of creators pouring their hearts into unique, personal content, even if they're not growing as fast. But let's be real, it's hard not to be inspired or pressured by the biggest creator on the platform. When you're standing in MrBeast's shadow, it's hard not to want to build your own billion-dollar content empire. When I started my channel, I just wanted to share fun stories and connect with people. But then I watched a MrBeast video and my brain was like, should I sell my soul to buy a private island for a video? Or like give away all my like $5? I even caught myself thinking, maybe I should count to 100,000 for views. Spoiler, I didn't. I ain't got the patience or lung capacity. But the pressure to make something massive? Yeah, it's real. And it's kind of exhausting. I mean, I want to earn money too. But to what extent does it become exploitative? Is MrBeast evil? Okay, MrBeast is a good guy. He did Team Trees. He's given away millions to people in need. He even did Team Seas. Okay, fine, there were a few controversies with that one too, but come on, is he really evil? Let's break down the criticisms. First up, he uses CGI. People say, it's fake, it's misleading. And to that, I say, duh! You thought this man stood directly in front of a moving train crashing into a giant pit? Lived in a city this big? No, it's enhanced, it's edited, it's polished. Yeah, maybe it's it's a little misleading, but do we really care? He's still doing good stuff. Like, I don't care that much if he renovated a building instead of building it from scratch that much. There's a building now. Okay, but then there's some more spicy stuff. Like, apparently, he doesn't pay people sometimes. Like, it took him 2 years and multiple viral videos to finally settle the bill for curing blind people with his company. That's not great. But honestly, this dude is juggling like 400 things at once. Maybe he's just lost track? Or maybe he's secretly an evil mastermind playing 4D chess with us. I don't know Jimmy personally, so I can't say for sure. But there's no hardcore evidence of him twirling a mustache and plotting world domination. Just YouTube domination. But there's still something fishy about his business. Another criticism is that Jimmy's out here giving away more money to friends and family more often than regular subscribers. And yeah, that's how the world works. It's connections and the sprinkle of nepotism. He still lets subscribers do challenges sometimes, but if it's easier to hand $10,000 to his buddy who's already on set, of course he's gonna do it. Can we really blame him? Not really. But would I still love a shot at the cash? Ah, yes, please. And then there's the man himself. Have you ever seen someone so obsessed with YouTube that they literally can't watch TV without turning it into a study session? That's Jimmy. He won't watch Netflix with his friends. He'll just analyze YouTube videos frame by frame. It's kind of wild, but hey, if his friends are cool with it, then who are we to judge? Maybe that's what makes him great. According to various videos and podcasts, he spends like every second figuring out how to maximize retention and profit. Intense! Even he admits he's crazy. Sometimes I feel the pressure to be productive like this too, but this man, he's on a whole other grind set level. And let's not even talk about the vibe of his workplace. People's emotions, mental health, and personal experiences tossed aside because the higher-ups think they're too good to care. It's like a regular corporate job, just with less professionalism. Speaking of his company, MrBeast isn't just building an empire. He's building a world. We've got burgers, Feastables, side channels, gaming channels, and oh yeah, an actual MrBeast city. Throw in a gym with his face plastered on the wall, and I wouldn't be surprised if his next venture is a MrBeast moon base. This man is slapping his name on everything like a walking, talking ad campaign. You get a Beast Burger. You get a Feastables. Now say it's the best thing in the world. Alright, rolling. It's like he's the Willy Wonka of capitalism, but with more business meetings and less chocolate. But behind all the flashy success, there's some serious tea about his company and the power dynamics lurking inside. It's impressive, borderline dystopian. But let's dig into how this mega machine actually works. Koi recently spilled about his time on set for the infamous ages 1 to 100 video. And let me just say, MrBeast might be running the most efficient empathy vacuum of all time. Imagine being a contestant, living so many precious, rich moments, and then bam, you're reduced to number 27 with zero backstory. Then you hear MrBeast saying, now this person is number this, and this happens, and you're eliminated, and boom, video's over. Thank goodness you got half a second of screen time. Sure, it's entertaining for us, the audience, but what if we chill a little more? What if, dare I say, the videos slow down? Like, we actually got to know the people. Like, why is number 27 here? Did they train for months? Sell their PS5 to afford travel? Did they just show up because they heard there's a bit of free food? Instead, we get high-speed dopamine hits, one challenge after another, and a complete lack of human soul. Jimmy's content is so finely retuned for attention, it feels like it was edited by a robot. Speaking of soulless endeavors, let's talk about Lunchly, MrBeast's foray into selling lunch kits that were supposed to be healthier alternatives to Lunchables. Turns out, they weren't. Selling something that's barely food is probably the worst thing that Jimmy could have done, especially when facing some serious allegations. The whole internet agreed it was a moldy dumpster fire. And maybe there's a reason why Lunchables didn't have real cheese. Listen, Jimmy, I get it. Capitalism is calling, and you want to answer. But maybe try feeding a pack of Lunchly to an actual growing kid? Newsflash, they're still hungry. This wasn't about revolutionizing school school lunches was about slapping a shiny label on some cardboard tasting cheese and calling it innovation. Sure, you want to make money. We all do. But maybe let's not prey on unsuspecting kids with junk food and calling it the best in the world. Alright, Jimmy Jammy, let's calm down.
Are you saying that Jimmy's not the most perfect guy in the world that can do no wrong? I'm completely shattered. No!
Yeah, here's the thing. Jimmy is a 26-year-old college dropout running a multi-million-dollar empire. He's not perfect. Shocker. But the question isn't whether he's perfect. It's whether he's, well, toxic. Running his empire like a well-oiled machine and, okay, sucking the soul out of everything has worked so far. But where do we draw the line between YouTuber and full-blown corporate CEO? He's focused on retention, clickbait, and keeping us hooked, which works, but sometimes sacrifices storytelling. And when you're dealing with real people and real emotions, that can feel kinda gross. Do we really need to turn contestants into chess pieces for the sake of entertainment? But also, we expect a lot from people. Maybe too much. The second someone messes up, we're all ready to flip the table and declare them a villain. Jimmy isn't some corporate overlord with a monocle. He's just a guy who figured out how to turn their YouTube addiction into world domination. It's scary, but also kind of brilliant. MrBeast is dominating everywhere. Even I was sucked into the whirlwind of his channel. The other day, my brother said that he can hear the MrBeast in my voice when I talk. Apparently, I'm channeling the man himself without even realizing it. Is this what it feels like to be taken over by YouTube royalty? Maybe I'll start giving away money in my videos too. And adding explosions cause it cool. And this was just for a school project. So here's the big question. Evil genius or just a guy? Is MrBeast toxic? Maybe. Kinda? Who's to say? He's giving away millions to friends, family, and subscribers, but he's also exploiting emotions into content and selling knockoff Lunchables. It's hard to pin him down. Maybe Jimmy is just playing the YouTube game better than everyone else. Is it ethical? Maybe yes, maybe no. Is it effective? Absolutely. And if that scares you, maybe it should. Because when the next guy who's changing the world is also trying to sell you moldy cheese, you've got to wonder what's next. MrBeast cryptocurrency? MrBeast Mars? Who knows? All I'm saying is keep your eyes open and maybe don't eat lunchly. They say the people who do most good just might be hiding a little evil. Oh, and by the way, I didn't even get a chance to talk about Beast games. I'm not an angel. I've watched all the episodes so far, so like this video if you want me to dive into that too. Anyways, let me know what you think of the video. It's my first big commentary, so I'm super curious. So yeah, watch this video next if you want to hear more of my thoughts and stuff. Yes, I'm advertising my other videos very well. See ya!